Hey guys, so they've been threatening that we might get a serious cold snap. My cousin reminded me that her grandmother used to call it blackberry winter, or blackberry weather. Basically, you think everything's blooming and it's warm, and you start wanting to put your summer clothes on, but in actuality, there's another cold snap that's going to come through. So I'm not sure how big of a cold front it's going to be, but I think it's going to delay us getting some of our veggies out. So what I wanted to do for the sweet peas that are really took on some legs, I didn't want to cut them. I've seen a lot of videos where people say, well, just cut the runners and put them down in the ground or whatever and let them start to get about the same level as these, but I didn't want to do that. So what I think I'm going to do, I found these peat moss pots. Okay, and these pots, you can put them right into the ground. So I think that's going to be best for me. So by the time the cold snap goes past, which I think next week is supposed to let us know if that cold front comes through, if we're going to freeze, or if it's going to be lower than 20s, whatever the case. I want to be ready so that I can just go right out after and drop this whole thing in the ground. So basically these will become part of your rooting process. So I'm going to be repotting these in these little bitty peat moss cups and taking care of them until the freeze goes, probably about a week to a week and a half. And then I'll be able to just dig a hole and put this whole thing in there without worrying about messing up the roots. That's my biggest concern. I don't want to shock them too much messing with the roots. There's one or two that are already seem like they're the roots are trying to climb out of the ground. You see that right there? So just want to get a grip on that and give them their own space so they can do what they do. All right. All right. So, like I said, we got our Jiffy peat moss cups. I've already opened some of them, and I've put them into a tray already. This is a water tray, and y'all know I've used these several times before. Let's get our Jiffy mix, potting Jiffy mix, seed starting mix. Although we're not doing seeds, we are still doing sprouts, so they still need the nutrients as well. I guess too, guys, I'm doing this too because I've talked about in the past, I've been nervous about transplanting and how I've had some success and then some failures at transplanting. And with these sweet peas, I'm really excited. I probably started them a little too early just because I was excited about trying to get some done. Last year, I wanted to do sweet peas, but we had a big freeze end of February and the 1st of March. We had a big freeze, and what little I had put out there, it was too late. Well, when I did finally put it out there, most of March was kicking through, and it started heating up faster than I expected, and basically the little sweet peas never took off. They sprouted, but they never took off. They definitely never got to the heights of these that I have coming out here now. So I really feel good about trying to baby them and make sure we give them a good start. I was going to use my digger, but it's a little too big for this, so I'm just going to be using a old spoon. It will go out into my garden to help with other gardening needs. Just put that whole thing down in the ground. A little bit more potting soil and finish that off. Of course, you all know sweet peas are a good trellis vegetable to be growing because they tend to climb. And we've already got a place for them to climb to. Let that lay down. All right, let's go with the next biggest one that we have. All right, guys, and don't forget, these are sweet peas that we are transplanting right now into these peat moss pots so that when the weather breaks, because it looks like we've got a serious snowstorm coming, possibly, but when it breaks, we'll be able to just go right out, plant these into the ground, and keep it moving. And these pots, what's neat about these pots is that they are biodegradable. I think that's the word that they use. Basically, these are peat moss pots. You can plant them straight into the ground without taking out or transplanting again your seedling. And that's what I want. Plus, we want to make sure everybody's still getting all the nutrients they need to get from the soil they grew up in, basically. Alright guys, we're gonna get our last one planted. Let's get one out of here. Alright guys, so we've got all these planted. I'm going to give them a sprinkle of water. And then we're going to set them where they can continue to get plenty of sun as the weather comes in. I'm going to finish potting these sweet peas into more peat moss pots. And I think that's going to give us a good start come after the cold weather hits, depending on what kind of weather we get. Like I said, they told us we may be getting snow, and then I saw the foolishness out in California and we're in the Midwest, so I'm trying to be prepared and get a good start. So thanks for hanging out.